Welcome to a journey through the wonders of Canada, a country with incredible landscapes, rich culture, and endless opportunities for adventure. Today, we will explore the most amazing places that everyone should see with their own eyes. From majestic mountains and crystal clear lakes to vibrant cities and the northern lights, Canada will amaze everyone. Banff National Park is one of Canada's main natural attractions. Founded in 1885, it is the country's first and largest nature reserve, covering an area of 6,641 square kilometers. Since 1984, it has been included in the UNESCO World Heritage List. Banff National Park is located in the province of Alberta, west of the town of Calgary, in the Canadian Rocky Mountains. It was created to protect the diverse and unique landscape, as well as to develop the health and tourism infrastructure of the region. Every year, Banff National Park is visited by 4 million tourists from all over the world. Majestic mountains, dense coniferous forests, rich flora and fauna, fascinating glaciers, alpine landscapes, pristine lakes. This is a brief description of the beauty that can be seen here. In 2010, the park celebrated its 125th anniversary. For this occasion, a 26 kilometers long trail was laid here. It is intended for hiking, cycling and rollerblading. A turquoise lake surrounded by forests and mountains is the most recognizable landscape when it comes to traveling in Canada. Glacial Moraine Lake can be called the calling card of Banff Park. The reservoir is located in the Valley of the Ten Peaks at an altitude of 1,885 meters. Peta Lake is located at an altitude of 1,860 meters. It is also glacial and has a fabulous turquoise color. The reservoir is named after its discoverer, Bill Peta. The main feature of the lake is its shape. From above it resembles a dog or wolf's head. Another glacial lake is Lake Louise, located at an altitude of 1,700 meters. Because of its color, it was once called Emerald. But around 1880 it was renamed in honor of the fourth daughter of Queen Victoria, Princess Louise, the wife of the Governor of Canada. The Indians called it the Lake with Small Fish. Banff National Park is home to 996 species of plants from various altitude zones: subalpine, alpine meadows and tundra, forest, and glacial. 55% of the territory is occupied by mountain forests consisting of Canadian spruce, pine, Douglas fir, aspen, and juniper. Among the flowers here you can see the pansy, common dodecathion, stemless campion, northern twinflower, alpine forget-me-not, and others. The fauna of Banff National Park is determined by its mountainous location. A total of 56 species of mammals live here. The most striking representative, which can be easily found on the territory, is the red squirrel. Among the predators, the following live here: puma, lynx, wolverine, wolf, grizzly. Ungulates are represented by the snow goat, black-tailed deer, wapiti, and bighorn sheep. Banff National Park is beautiful at any time of year. In the summer, people come here for mountain biking, canoeing, and mountain climbing. From late fall until May, Banff turns into a ski resort. Backcountry ski trails are available throughout the park, and for those who are confident on skis and snowboards, there are trails at Sunshine Village, Lake Louise Ski Area, and Mount Norquay. In addition, tourists can enjoy ice skating, snowshoeing, sledding, and dog sledding. To get around the park, you will need a car, which you can rent in Calgary, Banff, or Lake Louise. You can also rent a bike, but keep in mind that it is quite difficult to ride in the mountainous terrain, and it is better not to do this if you have never ridden a mountain bike before. You can also rent a bike in Banff or Lake Louise. Niagara Falls is one of the most popular attractions in the world. It is one of the highest, most powerful, and most beautiful waterfalls on the planet, 53 meters high and over a kilometer wide. More precisely, these are three cascades: Horseshoe in Canada, American, and Bridal Veil in the USA. A group of waterfalls on the Niagara River, along which the border between the USA and Canada runs, with the state of New York adjacent to the river on the US side and the province of Ontario on the Canadian side. The group consists of three small waterfalls: Horseshoe, American, and Bridal Veil. The roar of Niagara can be heard 25 kilometers away. Additional popularity of this tourist brand was provided by evening illumination, a huge number of attractions and entertainment, as well as regularly held shows and festivals. The area around Niagara Falls is a large entertainment area with viewing platforms, various lifts, attractions, cafes, restaurants and shops. Here you can, for example, have lunch in the panoramic restaurant Rock House with a view of the streams of water falling from the rocks. Another famous viewing platform with a 360-degree view is on the 140-meter Skylon Tower. No less impressive views are guaranteed by a ride on the Niagara Skywheel. By the way, the gondolas are closed, so if you arrive in bad weather, you don't have to go to the observation deck, but choose this attraction to admire the falls. Možno taxi pozetit Muzej Niagarskogo Vodopada I Muzej Voskové figure. Otpravica v3D kinoteater. Proštis po raduznomu mostu ili prokadica po ozoru Ontario na progaloknom sudni made of mist. Taki korabliki othodat ot pristanet na Amerikanskaj I kanadskaj storwan kazdai polkasa. If you stay at the falls until evening, you will see a colorful light show. Niagara Falls looks very impressive illuminated. And to make the tourists' experience even more exciting, fireworks are often launched over Niagara. The waterfall is considered to have opened in 1604, when the French traveler Samuel de Champlain visited it. The name was taken from the Iroquois tribe. In translation, Niagara means rumbling water. At the end of the 19th century, many extreme sports enthusiasts tried to go down Niagara Falls, but such attempts ended tragically. The first person to do this was American Annie Taylor. She went down the raging stream in a barrel. Now such attempts are strictly prohibited. The best time to visit Niagara Falls is summer. But in spring and autumn it will be cool and foggy, and in winter it is cold. The temperature is usually below zero. However, some tourists come to Niagara Falls in winter, when the falls are partially covered with ice and clouds of steam accumulate in the frosty air above them. The falls have frozen completely only twice in their history. In the record-breaking cold winters of 1848 and 1912. In 2014, the coldest winter in the last few decades, Niagara Falls froze by 70%. During the summer months, from September to October, the Niagara River below the falls is open for tourist navigation. During these months tourists are offered the amazing opportunity to sail on board the motor ship made of the mist right under the falls, and watch tons of water rushing down directly from the river. Quebec is one of the largest provinces in Canada. It makes up almost a sixth of its territory. Since colonial times, the French-speaking culture has been preserved here, and most locals consider French their native language. It is a prosperous region with a well-developed economy, where the protection of natural resources is a priority. The largest cities are Montreal and Quebec. They receive the largest number of tourists. Each of them is beautiful in its own way and has a special charm of the old world. The province of Quebec is visited by travelers from all over the world. Quebec is located in eastern Canada. Its land neighbors are the provinces of New Brunswick, Ontario, and Newfoundland and Labrador. It shares a maritime border with the territory of Nunavut and the maritime provinces of Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia. Quebec's neighbors are also 4 U.S. states: Maine, New Hampshire, New York, and Vermont. Quebec is washed by the waters of Hudson Bay, as well as Ungava and James. The region has great natural resources. A significant part of the territory is covered by coniferous and deciduous forests. The province has huge reserves of fresh water. They occupy about 12% of its surface. There are about 500,000 lakes and more than 4,500 rivers. The largest of the lakes is Mistassini. The largest waterway is the St. Lawrence River. The city was founded by the French explorer Samuel du Champlain on July 3, 1608. The city was destined to become the cradle of French-speaking America. Quebec is part of the special capital district La Capitale Nationale near the mouth of the St. Lawrence River, Canada. It is the only city north of Mexico whose impressive fortifications, built to protect New France from English attacks, have survived to this day. The Old Town of Quebec was therefore declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1985. One of the main attractions of the city is the Chateau Frontenac Hotel Quebec, Canada, a hotel built in 1892 in the style of the late Middle Ages. The fairy tale castle is a favorite place for photographers and tourists. Opposite the hotel is Dufferin Terrace, Quebec, Canada, an ideal viewing platform, with views of the city and the St. Lawrence River. Tourists are recommended to visit Place Royal, a beautiful square, built up with buildings of the 18th–19th centuries Old Port. The Old Port, where open-air concerts are held. The Citadel building, built by the French in 1750, is now a military base Royal 22. In the summer, visitors are allowed to watch the ceremony of changing the guard. To the southeast of the Citadel is the beautiful Battlefields Park, Quebec, Canada. Vancouver is located in the district of British Columbia, on the southwestern tip of Canada on the Pacific coast. It is the largest city in the province and one of the main ports of North America. In addition, it is one of the most picturesque cities in the country. The central part of Vancouver is located at the foot of two majestic peaks, Mount Seymour and Hollyburn. There are 20 bridges across Vancouver's numerous rivers, three of which, the Burrard Bridge, the Cambie Bridge and the Granville Bridge, are drawbridges. There are several ski resorts in the vicinity of Vancouver, the most popular being Whistler. The nearest large cities near Vancouver: Calgary, Alberta; Seattle, USA; Portland, USA. The city is regularly included in the ratings of the best cities to live in. Vancouver has won the title of Best City on Earth 3 times according to the British publication The Economist. Vancouver is surrounded by 18 kilometers of sandy beaches, which start from Stanley Park and end on the other side of English Bay. The most popular are the beaches of Stanley Park, Kitsilano, Jericho, Spanish Banks, Locarno, Point Bay, Wreck Beach, Acadia and Tower. In summer, the temperature of coastal waters does not rise above +18 C, so the beaches are used mainly for picnics. There are also swimming pools, showers and changing cabins. Northwest of Vancouver, the Sunshine Coast Beach area is very popular. Jasper National Park is one of Canada's largest nature reserves, located in the province of Alberta, 320 kilometers west of Edmonton and 290 kilometers from Calgary. The park was founded in 1907 and covers a total area of 10,800 square kilometers. Jasper tops the list of the largest Rocky Mountain reserves. It occupies almost 11,000 square kilometers. There is where to roam. You can explore the underground river by canoe, ride a dog sled, or have an active holiday at a ski resort. The park is incredibly popular among locals and tourists. And not only because of its natural beauty. Every year, 2 million guests come here to spend time interestingly and usefully. The park is home to over 200 species of birds, deer, moose, grizzly bears, wolverines, tree porcupines and many other animals, and the park itself is almost entirely made up of beautiful coniferous forests. Jasper is one of the most visited nature reserves in Canada, attracting a huge number of tourists both with its picturesque nature and excellent ski slopes. The park has a very beautiful Lake Maline, where you can go boating or take a 90-minute cruise. Next to the lake is the Maline Canyon, where you can see a waterfall in the summer. There is another waterfall in the park, Athabasca. There is a parking lot, paved paths and picnic areas nearby. In the winter, the park offers skiing and a visit to the Columbia Icefield. You can also climb Mount Robson, the highest in the Rocky Mountains at 12,500 feet 3,954 meters. The mountain is home to a variety of animals, the Fraser River, and Rearguard Falls. Jasper National Park is filled with the scent of coniferous trees. Juniper thickets give way to larches and tall firs. Rare representatives of flora have been preserved and grown here. For example, green arrows of Douglas firs, which are reluctant to take root in the wild, rise up. Jasper in Canada is ideal for traveling at any time of year. But there are still some nuances that are worth considering. Those who want to fill their photo archive with bright colors come here in the fall. It is as if a talented artist worked on the landscapes, adding yellow, red, burgundy shades to nature. In spring, you can contemplate the wonderful time of flowering plants, and the air rings with crystal purity and freshness. Those who like to swim and sunbathe, of course, choose summer. In winter, trekking routes are closed to protect tourists. At this time, wild animals migrate, and many wolves roam the area. The Valley of the Ten Peaks is located in Canada, near Moraine Lake. This lake was formed by melted glaciers that once rained in Banff Park. The color of Moraine's water is amazing. At different times the lake seems emerald or dark blue like the sea. This effect is achieved by the substance of glacial till, which gets into the water with melted ice and settles on the bottom. The mountain ranges rise above this place, shaped like 10 sharp points cutting the sky. The snow-capped peaks of the Wengchumna Rocks give the overall landscape an incredible contrast. The picture of the valley and Moraine Lake will be remembered at first sight and for a lifetime. Situated in a valley, Moraine Lake was discovered by American officer Walter Wilcox in 1899. Today, Moraine Lake is considered one of the main natural attractions of the Canadian Banff National Park. The surface area of the lake is 0.5 square kilometers. The lake is fed by meltwater from nearby mountains, so Moraine reaches its maximum filling in the first half of summer, from mid to late June. During this period, you can observe an amazing picture. The water surface of the lake begins to sparkle with many different shades of blue. This hypnotizing effect is created due to the refraction of light in small particles of glacial till, also known as rock flour. Till particles brought into the lake by meltwater absorb all colors except blue, which, on the contrary, they reflect. There are many sightseeing-rich hiking trails in the mountains surrounding the valley. You can climb more than 700 meters above the level of Moraine Lake, to the slope of one of the peaks, from where a unique view of one of the most beautiful lakes in the world opens up. By the way, wandering along the high mountain paths, you can meet the masters of these harsh rocky slopes, Yulstorogs or snow sheep and mountain sheep. You can visit the valley and enjoy its splendor to the fullest from May to September. The greatest influx of tourists occurs at the height of summer, July-August. A stunning lake surrounded by mountains is a fascinating and enchanting sight. Montreal, Samai krupnij gorod v provinci Quebec I Vitoroi po Velisan gorod v Canade Pozol Toronto. Pervanikalno nazival Seville Mari, Gorod Marie. Nazvani Montreal Proi Zaslo od Gori Mon Ruel Koraleska Agora. Nahodasej sa v Center Garoda. Forma Montreal Voznikla pod Vlionium Oksatanskogo Azik Akasti Prvi Posilensiv. The Paris of North America is what Canada's second largest city, Montreal, is called. Of course, not only because its official language is French. In fact, Montreal is the second largest city in the world where French is spoken, just after Paris, but also because Montreal, like the capital of France, is famous for its cultural life, architecture, various events, and museums. However, it is not a carbon copy of Paris, but a city with its own unique features. Montreal is a confident leader in the rankings of the most comfortable cities in the world. Well-developed industry and business, oddly enough, do not negatively affect the convenience of life here. The city thrives in the arts. It is considered one of the world's centers of design, as well as sports. Montreal and hockey have become almost synonymous. Science and education are also developed here. Montreal universities are respected not only in Canada. The city has more than 300 parks, including a magical botanical garden, the second largest in the world. Tourists flock here like flies to honey, and the local population feels great. The city is surrounded by rivers, making its location quite unique. Saint Laurent to the west provides access to the Atlantic Ocean and major shipping routes. Montreal also has many hills, the most famous of which is Mont Royal Mountain. This hill, from which the city gets its name, is located in the center of the city and is one of its most iconic features. It is worth starting to explore Montreal from the Old Town. Here are located most of the old buildings and a considerable part of interesting events take place. And this is the center of everything beautiful and significant not only for Montreal itself, but also for the whole province of Quebec, and even for all of Canada. It is worth seeing here the neo-Gothic Cathedral of Notre Dame de Montreal on the Place d'Armes, as well as other buildings of this square. The high-rise building altered in the Art Deco style. The old seminary of St. Sulpice, the first skyscraper in the city New York life, which really reminds of New York. And from the square you can go on a trip around the old town in a horse-drawn carriage. You can get to know modern Montreal in the western part of the city, on the Place des Arts. This is where the giant skyscrapers rise, where business life is in full swing. However, there are plenty of old buildings in this area too. What is worth only the Boulevard Saint Joseph, lined with pompous mansions, or the Cathedral of Marie-Reine du Monde? The city also has many wonderful museums. For example, the Montreal Museum of Fine Arts is one of the best in all of North America. Gros Morne National Park is a unique place on the planet's map. It is practically the only reserve where you can observe such a phenomenon as continental drift. Gros Morne National Park is located on the west coast of Newfoundland and occupies an impressive area of 1.8 thousand square kilometers. It was founded in 1973. The lands belonging to the reserve stretch from the St. Lawrence Strait to the Long Range mountain range. In the park you can find representatives of flora and fauna of several climatic zones, including temperate and Arctic. Thanks to its natural beauty and unique landscape, Gros Morne was protected by UNESCO 1987. The reserve provides an excellent opportunity to personally see the results of major changes that have occurred on the planet, such as shifting tectonic plates or several areas of exposed Earth's mantle. The park provides reliable protection for certain species of animals and birds, including moose, black bears, Arctic hares, rock ptarmigan, and Canada jays. Gros Morne National Park knows how to surprise and generously gives locations for amazing photos. It is dotted with natural treasures. You can list them endlessly, so we have chosen the most striking ones. Tableland actually. This is what tourists come to the park for. The flat-topped massif is a huge plateau of magma. Hundreds of millions of years ago, it appeared on the surface. The phenomenon was called continental drift. When else will you have the opportunity to walk on the mantle of the globe, which usually rests deep under the Earth's crust? Orange rocks. The rocks and serpentine hills greet you with a complete absence of life. Not a single plant can survive in this orange-yellow desert. The mountains get their color from rocks with a high content of heavy metals, which also prevent them from turning green. Hissing Mare Falls. The waterfall is a real giant, the highest in the east of North America. Its waters fall from a height of 350 meters. The view is breathtaking. Western Brook Lake. The lake with its fjord structure is also an example of natural evolution. It was once part of the ocean, but then it was cut off from it. The salty sea water left, and the lake was filled to the brim with fresh water from mountain rivers. Western Brook lies in a bowl surrounded by mountains and forest, and you can wander around the area along paved trails with panoramic platforms. Lobster Bay. The Lobster Bay Lighthouse is nestled in the rocky harbor of the park. One of the most popular locations among park guests. Its charm lies in its special evening atmosphere. The setting sun kisses the bay, and when complete darkness falls, the bright red lighthouse lights up. It is also a good place to watch whales. The inside of the lighthouse has been turned into a historical exhibition telling about its creators and keepers, the inhabitants of the local shores. Visitors to the park are offered a huge number of different recreation options, from the most relaxed to those that require activity and energy. The park has convenient walking and cycling trails. One of them is 11 kilometers long. Water lovers can go on an exciting excursion around the lakes or swim in a special kayak. The park also offers guests an excellent opportunity to fish. In Gros Morne, you can spend several days staying in a tent camp. During the winter season, visitors to Gros Morne enjoy snowshoeing, winter picnics. All you need to do is bring a portable stove and a thermos of hot drinks, and cross-country skiing. The Northern Lights are one of the most mesmerizing natural phenomena that attract travelers and photographers from all over the world. The Yukon and Northwest Territories in Canada are excellent places to view the Northern Lights, especially during the winter months. Whitehorse in the Yukon and Yellowknife in the Northwest Territories are often named among the best places in the world to view the aurora. Overall, the Yukon and Northwest Territories offer the best opportunities for viewing the Northern Lights in Canada, due to their remoteness, dark nights, and favorable climate conditions. Yukon is Canada's smallest territory and has a small population, but it is the most wonderful and ideal place to see the Northern Lights. Head to Whitehorse during the winter months when the nights are very long and you can watch the wonder of nature for a long time. Vancouver is located in the province of British Columbia. Just across the strait from it is the island of the same name, the capital of which bears the proud name of Victoria. The beauty of the island has amazed and astonished all travelers who managed to get to these places since ancient times. Strathcona Park is nestled in the very center of Vancouver Island. Once upon a time, this was a very swampy area, completely unsuitable for housing and farming. But over time, the swamps were drained, turning it into a very beautiful place. The central figure of the park is a fountain donated by Lord Strathcona. The West Coast Trail, a 75 kilometers long hiking trail, is also very popular with tourists. Today, this trail is well maintained. There are many bridges and stairs over the gorges, and trailers have been built to cross the canyons, so that today's tourists can cover this trail in 5 to 7 days. Victoria is the capital of the Canadian province of British Columbia. It is located almost on the southernmost cape of Vancouver Island. It is a city of quite respectable size and stunning beauty. It is also called the Garden City because of the incredible Butchart Gardens, which are located here, as well as many other green areas. In addition, Victoria is considered to be located in the northernmost zone where the Mediterranean climate is preserved, at 48.5 north latitude. Butchart Gardens in Brentwood Bay is a huge green space in Brentwood Bay, arranged on the site of what was once a limestone quarry. It unites several gardens famous throughout the country, and deservedly so. While walking through the garden, you can see rare and simply very beautiful flowering plants. Many statues and amazing sculptural and landscape fountains, ponds and flower beds. In the summer and on holidays, fireworks are arranged here with music, and on winter evenings the garden is illuminated, and displays are placed here, which mark the 12 days of Christmas holidays. You can get to the gardens by public transport from Victoria or the Swartz Bay Ferry Terminal, or on one of the organized excursions. The best time to travel to Canada is from April to October, when the weather is mild and you can enjoy the variety of landscapes. Summer June to August is the warmest time for outdoor activities, and fall September to October is the time to admire the colorful foliage. Canada is a land of great opportunities and amazing discoveries. There is something for everyone, be it nature, culture or adventure. Thank you so much for watching our journey through the wonders of Canada. We hope you found inspiration for your own travels and discovered some amazing places to explore. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel for more travel content, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Wishing you safe travels and unforgettable adventures wherever your journey takes you. See you in the next video.